All right, guys. What we're going to learn now, we're going to learn a formula that will help us factorize expression with cubes. So far we're with squaring, okay? If we had the cube is obviously something like this. Then we found a clever way of maybe factoring out and turning into a square. But now we're actually going to have stuff with cube. And now to do that, what I'm going to ask you is to simplify, okay? Simplify. Not factorize, simplifies these two expressions, okay? What do I mean when I say simplify? You open it up, x times x squared, okay? I'll get you started, okay? So, you know, you're doing that times that, 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 that times that. Okay, so let's just do the first two terms, x times x squared,
X cubed.
x cubed. X times minus xy,
Minus x squared.
fantastic. Okay, so you got to do it for all of it. Then you will probably add, subtract some terms, like terms. Okay, and then come up. We'll want to see what you get up with. Okay, the same thing for the bottom one. So you've got a little bit of work here to do. It's good to practice simplifying. I'll just pause this video. Okay, so you carried through this. You open terms. Hopefully you got the minus where the minus should be. This is where things go wrong. Sometimes when you say minus, we write plus. Don't forget plus times minus is minus. Minus times minus is plus. And then a whole bunch of terms cancel out. Okay? And then we get x cubed plus y cubed. Hands up if you got something similar. Okay? Alright, most hands. And over here, we get the same thing, but we get the difference of the cubes. Did you guys get that? Hands up if you got that one. Okay? Okay, a few less hands. Are we alright with this?
Yeah.
Okay, why are we doing this? There's two reasons. One, I got you to practice a little bit of simplifying. We also need to know how to simplify. We're not always factorizing. In fact, there will be simplifying in a test as well. But more importantly is you came up with a formula. Okay, like Oli realized, not Oli, Hinkel realized. Now we're going to use these formulas to do the reverse, to factorize. So if I ever write for you x cubed plus y cubed, factorize this. Remember, factorize, you need to move from something plus something to something times something. So wherever you have x cubed plus y cubed, now you can write x plus y times x squared minus xy plus y squared. It's quite complicated. Okay? If you have a difference of a cube is not a difference of a square. Okay? It's different. The formula you can use now is x minus y times x squared plus xy plus y squared. Now that is a bit of a nightmare, I know. It's very difficult to remember it. Some tests, maybe in the exam you might be given the formulas, but I've got a strong feeling that in this coming test we're not going to give you the formula. So the way to remember is like this. Listen up. So there's always going to be, let's look at that, x cubed plus y cubed. So you're always going to have an x plus y. That kind of makes sense. Okay? Now you're always going to multiply it to x squared with the xy and the y squared. That's kind of similar to that formula, a plus b squared equal a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. By now I'm sure all of you know that by heart. I'm sure. Okay? So this is kind of similar to that, except that it doesn't have the 2. Okay? The other thing that comes in is that if we have a plus here, then we're going to have a minus there. In the minus, when we have x cubed minus y cubed, it's the reverse. We're going to have a minus here, which kind of makes sense because I've got x cubed minus y cubed, so it's not going to be x plus y, it's going to be x minus y. But because we have a minus here, then we must have a plus there. Okay? That's just, it's not explaining it, it's just trying a way to remember it. Okay, again, in the matric exam, I think you will be given that equation. I think, I can find out. But in test, sometime we're going to ask you actually to remember it, which is not easy. Now, let's solve an example. Maybe a couple of examples. Okay, actually, I'm going to pause here. Okay, right. So now when we've got these formulas that you helped work out for us, okay, not you guys, but that, okay, x cubed plus y cubed, we can factorize as x plus y, x squared minus xy plus y squared. And the similar thing, not the same for the difference of the square. So how can we use it to factorize the expression? Let's look at the first one. 27x cubed minus 1. Okay? That is obviously a difference. It's a minus, not a plus, of some cubes. Let's write down what are these cubes. What is the 27x cubed? Is a cube of what? Okay? It's 3x cubed. Because that's 3 cubed, which is 27. X cubed is x cubed. Instead of 1, I can also write that as 1 cubed. Because obviously 1 cubed is 1 cubed. But it's 1, sorry. Now we can see that this is actually similar to that. So I can factorize it. How can I factorize it? As x minus y. Okay, what is my x and what is my y? That is my x and that is my y. So x minus y, in this case, will be 3x minus 1. Okay, because that's the x and that's the y. What is x squared? X squared is going to be, I'll write it down here, 3x squared, which is 9x squared. xy plus, what is xy? X is 3x, and y is the 1. So 3x times 1 is 3x. And y squared, what is the y? Y is 1. 1 squared is just 1. And that's it. So we factorize our first expression. That's as easy as they come. Okay? Let's do another one, same level, but now we have a plus. So again, I like to write that little semi-stage to find out what is my x and what is my y. Okay? Okay? If 8x cubed is the cube of what? The cube of 2x plus 1 cube. Okay? Now, I know at this case, my x is 2x and the y is 1. So I'm going to do the same thing I did here, but now I'm going to use the top formula because I've got a plus, not a minus. So x times, or x plus y, is going to be 2x plus 1. Okay? I'm going to move that out. 2x plus 1 times x squared. What is x squared? 2x squared, which is 4x squared. Minus, now I'm going to put minus. Remember, if I have a plus here, then the minus goes there. What is minus? Minus xy. Minus xy will be minus 2x times 1, minus 2x. And lastly, as always, plus y squared. Y is still 1. 1 squared is just 1. And voila, we factorize the next one. Okay? These are the two easy ones. Okay, now we're going to more difficult one. 5x cubed plus 40. Remember, there's one thing when you are told to factorize, the first thing you got to do, before anything else, try and see if you can get a common factor. And there is, look, 5 and 40, they're both multiples of 5. So I can take 5 out, okay? 5x cubed plus 8. Okay? Now, if I didn't do that, I will be stuck because 40 is not a cube of anything and 5 is not a cube of anything. So I actually had to take it out. Now I've got a sum of 2 squares. Okay? So I'm going to write that as 5. I'll put the 5 there. That's still x cubed plus what is a cube of 8 is a cube of what? Correct. Cube of 2. Well done. Well done. Good. Cube of 2. Okay? So now when it's written ready like this, I can write down this formula. Okay? I'll leave the 5 there. What is the x? The x in this case is simply x. Okay? So it's x plus. What is the y? The y in this case is 2. Okay? So it's plus 1. Plus 2. Okay? What shall I have here, Nayolo? X squared.
Yes.
Okay? X squared. Okay? Minus xy. What will be minus xy? What is xy? We said x is x, y is 2. So it's minus 2x. Y squared, what shall I write instead of y squared? 2 squared, which is? 4. You got it. Great in math. Well done.
So smart.
Okay? Very, very smart. Okay. I'm going to do one more, but I'll just pause this here. Okay. One more, which is a little bit more difficult. Okay? So I've got x cubed plus 1 over x cubed. Okay? So first of all, we're trying to write the cube of what? So the x cubed is already sorted. It's just a cube of x. But what is 1 over x cubed? The way I would write it is it's 1 over x cubed. So again, we have a sum of 2 cubes. What are the two? The cubes of what? Of x and 1 over x. So which formula are we going to use? The first or the second? The first. Okay? My x is x, and my y is 1 over x. So I'm just going to write it down. What is going to be x plus y in this case? X plus 1 over x. What is going to be x squared? X squared. X squared. Yeah? Because x is x. What is minus? What is xy? This is a tricky one. What is x? X times 1 over x. Let's just write that down. X times 1 over x. What is y squared? 1 over x squared. Okay? Now, there's still a couple of things that we can do here. X plus 1 over x, that's sorted. X squared is fine. What is x times 1 over x?
X over x.
1. It cancels out. The x and the x cancel out. So it's minus 1. Well done, Shamisa. Okay? And instead of 1 over x squared, I can write 1 over x squared. Shall we just go on to grade 10 now? Leave grade 9. Let's just do grade 10. Well done, guys. Well done.